Today on CG Off-Road, we're going to show you how to improve the performance of your EcoBoost with some help from Bully Dog. The EcoBoost F-150 is a powerful truck right from the factory, but there's no such thing as too much power. So today we're going to show you how to improve the performance of your EcoBoost with this Bully Dog GTX tuner. I have Johnny from Bully Dog. What can you tell me about this?
So this is the newest and latest and greatest. We haven't had a big monitoring system plus tuner in quite some time, so we're pretty excited about that. It also has some really neat features that we haven't had with any of our programmers before. For example, you actually can update this device via Wi-Fi.
Nice. So
no running back and forth to a computer with cables, and the guys that have a Mac are gonna really like this a lot. It also has more room for more custom tunes now. It actually has 20 slots instead of the 10 that we used to have, which is really nice. 5-inch capacitive touchscreen. It's as easy as using your cell phone, which everybody has these days. So it's actually really nice. We're really excited to introduce it.
Since we already have a custom dyno tune on our 2018 F-150, we're not going to install this on our F-150, but we will show you how to install it using a Mustang GT, and that's the same exact process.
All right, so Johnny's going to walk through the process of how to use the device. Now, just like every other tuner, the first step, plug in the OBD2 port, and then plug into the device to turn it on.
So once you get it plugged into the diagnostic port, this is something that's a little different than we've had with our other programmers. This is called a VIM. It's a vehicle interface module. This actually has to plug in directly to the HDMI, where beforehand you just plug directly into the device. So you go ahead and connect that. Then the next thing is the mag cable. So this is part of the actual mounting system for the GTX. So there's a little USB side on this. You plug it into the other side of the VIM. There's a T-slot adapter on the suction cup device, so you just slide the mag cable onto it until it's snug. And this is the best part, the way that this actually connects to the mag cable. Pops on just like that and turns on right away. So immediate interaction with the device, so we're really excited about that. That's a neat feature. So it will power up immediately. So I would like to mention that, as you can see, this cable is a little different than what we've done before. We used to have HDMI cables that were really thick and round, which are really hard to hide. So this new ribbon cable makes it really easy to do the installs clean so that you don't have a lot of cables hanging out. So once that's all done, we're gonna go ahead, and the very first thing that we wanna do is update. And of course, this is also a really amazing part of this programmer. No computer necessary. So we'll go ahead and select the update. It's gonna want us to turn the key on, so we're just gonna hit the button once and continue. So we're gonna configure the Wi-Fi setup. That's our network that we need. We're gonna enter in the password. It's connected to the Wi-Fi, and it's retrieving our data. You can also see that that's going to be how they let you know that you're connected to the Wi-Fi, is your little icon in the corner. And sometimes some of these transfers do take a moment, so a lot of that's gonna depend on your Wi-Fi speed. So if it goes slower than you want, don't worry about that. It is just going to take a moment to pull those files down in accordance to your Wi-Fi speed. So now it's going to load your firmware. So this is loading the VIM application. So it's actually talking to that piece that I had shown you earlier. So as soon as the updates are done, then it'll just take you back to your home screen again. And from here, this is where you can tune your vehicle. So we're going to go into tune. Turn the key on, which it already is. So I'm gonna hit continue. It's gonna retrieve your data. So it's actually pulling information from the vehicle. This is your disclaimer, which you have to accept. So we're gonna continue. And this is where it's going to bring you up your options. So it's already reading the vehicle. It's a 2.3 liter Mustang. So we're gonna go ahead and hit that. I'm not using any custom tunes, so we can skip this. And again, we're gonna confirm that that is the correct vehicle, which it is. And again, while it's going through this process, it's really important that you do not interrupt the download. So don't start the vehicle, don't unplug anything, just let it run. So this is one thing that's really nice about this particular programmer, is it's telling you everything that it does as it goes along as well, so there's no guesswork. It's gonna give you instructions, so as long as you can read, you can tune your car or your truck. And that's also one of the things that's gonna happen when you're doing these downloads, is it's gonna start setting off everything. So bells and whistles and chimes. So the more things you have turned off, the better. So turn off your radio, turn off the air conditioning so that it doesn't have to, you don't hear those things clicking off and on. So don't panic, it's normal. And all those chimes and bells are normal as well. So now it's going to have me turn the key off and hit OK. And just like that, the vehicle is tuned and ready to go. And then, of course, last but not least, you'll want to start it up. And then it's ready for you to go and enjoy.
Now, the GTX is, I mean, that's crazy cool, the stuff that this thing does, but tell us now about the gauges too. Like this is, you said this is obviously designed to be left in the car more than the other units have been, and this is probably the reason.
Correct. So you can set your gauge layup basically for anything that you want. So this is what's really nice about the gauge portion of this is you can basically have as many as you want, or you can slide between screens and it automatically changes exactly what it is that you can see, or you just push and hold and it'll actually give you a layout option with all of those there as well.
And basically anything that you could data log, there's a gauge for it as well.
Correct.
Excellent.
All right, Johnny, I want to thank you for coming out and helping out with the install.
Thanks for having me.
No problem. I was super surprised with how easy it was to install this GTX tuner. If you want to learn more about this GTX or other Bully Dog products, visit cjponyparts.com.